I saw two women change before my eyes, both of them experiencing a holy makeover when they encountered the living Lord. And so, 6 years ago, having a Mary heart in a Martha world, finding intimacy with God in the busyness of life was born. Perhaps the most comforting thing I learned as I worked on that book was that none of us has it all together. Even on our best days and with our best intentions, we all eventually blow it. We start out operating in our gifts and talents, excited to be serving the Messiah, only to have our efforts morph into a full-blown pity party when we don't get enough help, or we aren't appreciated, or someone else gets the attention we know we deserve. But what stood out most to me was the fact that when Jesus scolded Martha about her busyness, he wasn't condemning her efficiency and hard work or her can-do personality. He wasn't telling her she had to be just like Mary to please him. Jesus simply didn't want Martha to be so caught up in kitchen service for him that she missed out on the joy of living room intimacy with him. Jesus challenged Mary as well in John chapter 11. When her brother Lazarus was sick and dying, Jesus waited 2 days before making his way to Bethany. By then, Lazarus was dead, and Mary, apparently paralyzed by grief, declined to go out to meet Jesus and stayed in the house instead. Later, she cried out her questions to him, but while Jesus didn't answer her, he felt her pain. The Bible tells us he wept. Neither Mary nor Martha got what they expected from Jesus. Instead, they received much more. For God never withholds good except when he has something better to give. Whether it's refusing more help in the kitchen or the miraculous healing of your brother, you can be sure Jesus knows what he's doing when he says no to our earthly requests in order to say yes to his heavenly plan. But these two sisters had to accept Christ's better way, for it was a choice. Only as they humbled their hearts and learned from him were they changed. Martha learned to be still and listen. Mary learned to pour out her heart as well as her expensive perfume in service. As they received Jesus' teaching, they learned the balance between a soul at rest and a body in motion, between working hard for Christ and sitting at his feet. A Mary spirit. And I was learning right along with them. My Martha-like tendencies were being tempered by the tender grace of God. Because I no longer felt as if I had to earn the Father's favor, I was finally able to enjoy his lavish love. Rather than striving, I was learning what John 15's abiding in the vine really means. As a result, like Mary and Martha, I too was being changed. I'm so glad we have a Savior who loves us just as we are, but loves us too much to leave us that way. After all, Christ's main purpose is to return to us the glory of God we were meant to reflect in this world. But that divine transformation only happens as we choose to have a Mary spirit and accept the Lord's rebuke, even when it hurts. Brick walls and learning curves. After completing having a Mary heart in a Martha world, I decided to take a 6-month sabbatical. After being spilled out in my writing, I knew I needed time to be refilled. I had no idea 6 months would turn into 6 years. Not that they were barren years, no, far from that. During that time, God taught me so much. He walked me through some valleys and up some mountaintops. I had the privilege of watching my son, John Michael, and my daughter, Jessica, grow up into wonderful young people. Then, 3 years ago, God surprised us with a baby we named Joshua, a truly unexpected blessing. Plus, our growing church purchased land, and we were finally ready to build our new facility, the one that had been years in the dreaming. But it was that dream coming true that showed me just how far I still had to go. It also birthed the sequel, a book I didn't know existed. I was so certain I was on the right track with the church building project. As the daughter of a part-time contractor, I was familiar with the construction process. As plans progressed, I discovered in myself a vision and a passion I hadn't felt in a long time. With the official launch of our fundraising just weeks away, I was running full tilt. There was so much to do, floor plans to finalize, brochures to design, numbers to crunch. I'd go to bed thinking about all the details and wake up with a focused energy and purpose that propelled me through my to-do list and beyond. It felt wonderful to be doing something for the Lord. My pastor husband, John.